Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you step by step how to create a Lightroom. So, in the first step we are going to create a basic setup. The second step we are going to create a text and camera setup. In the third step we are going to create the Lightroom. In the fourth step we are going to create materials. So that's basically it, and let's get started. So we're going to start up by opening the standard 3D Blender startup file. So we are going to go ahead and create these materials I used for my last intro, so you can already kind of see how they look like. So first of all, what you're going to do is you're going to go to File, Save As, and save it wherever you want. So I already have some recent things, so you need to use the system and system bookmarks to navigate Blender to the file where you want, to the place where you want to save. Yeah. So now that we've done that, we're going to press A. Now that we've done that, we're going to put the quality to 100%, frame rate to 30, and let this stay on Skype, but we'll change that in the next steps. And the performance, this will be closed for you, but if you open this, the tile size, if you render this image, you can kind of see these tiles. So if we increase this number to like something like 256, this won't work, but these tiles, they will be bigger. Auto tile size is an add-on that is free and already in Blender, which allows to automatically do this. This will speed your render times up by a lot. So, next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Output, and we're going to put these settings to H.264. This is a video format, and yeah, we're going to use this. Now, if you were to render this now with sound, it won't be exported. So go to Encoding and set this to MP3. Now, next thing we want to do is we want to actually kind of save it now, and let's go over to the next step. The next step is creating the basic setup. So for that we're going to press A to deselect everything, and A again. You see that everything is selected if it's orange, and the main thing here, the cube, will be orange as well. So yeah, press X to delete, and now we're going to add in a text with Shift A, and this text will look very strange. So to change that is by going to press RX90. This will rotate this object at the x-axis by 90 degrees positive. So now it looks too strange, so we're gonna press Tab and hit backspace a few times until the text is gone. Now we're gonna write in the name what we want and press Tab again to accept this change. Now we're gonna go to these text settings at the object and put this to center, so the text is actually centered, and choose the font. To get fonts, you want to go to websites like The Font, I don't know how it's pronounced, but you want to go to these websites, and there you find some great fonts you can use for the intros. I have saved some of these are from the Fish Arts motion pack, so yeah. They are pretty good, so I'm currently using some of them now. But I'm gonna use Lemon Milk now. It's a pretty good font, and yeah, it's like Nova Solid, but not filled in. So, as I said, we are kind of recreating my tutorial for Cube Explosion Lights, because some of you like these apparently, and yeah, we're gonna create them now. So, first thing to do actually is to put the extrusion to 0.12. And next thing is to press T to open the toolbar. So, and go to Tools if it's not already there, and set Origin Geometry to Origin. And we're gonna add in a font depth of 0.014 and a resolution of 5. And next thing we're gonna do is we are going to go to... Actually, let's not make as much depth. Maybe 0.1. 0.012. Next thing we're gonna do is... actually, we're done with the text, so next thing is we're gonna do is we're gonna press Shift D and put the extrusion value in, but the depth value out. Now, we're gonna create a empty and circle. This will kind of navigate the camera around, and now we're gonna go press 1 on our keyboard and 5, numpad. If you don't have a numpad, go to View, Front, and Ortho Perspective. Shift A, Camera. This will create a camera, and now you can press 5 again to go out of that view. And we're gonna press 0 on the numpad, or View, and Camera, Active Camera. And we're gonna go out with the view to about here, and go to the camera settings and put the lens or focal length to about 7. You can actually now zoom in a little. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put the alpha to 1. So what changes is this field around here, because sometimes this gets confusing. Next thing, what we're gonna do is we're gonna, if we click on this and hit RR or double R, we can rotate this, but this won't do anything. So change that is we're gonna go to the camera. So select the camera, you can basically just click here. You can click here and go to this chain thing. This is the object constraint, and go to relationship child of. We're gonna go to empty, and now if we press on this, click on this empty and hit RR or double R, we can actually move around and create animations. And we also want to put this to AV sync and the keyframe type to awkward scale if you're later on doing the intro. So if you want to create the intro later. So now we are done with this part. So for the next part we need to go to rendered viewport. I'm going to create the Lightroom. So this part is kind of easy actually, and for that matter we have to create a world. So if you don't already have a world, click on new, real sky first. Next thing is go to the texture panel and create a new texture. But let's go back and create this word Lightroom and hit Ctrl A and Ctrl C to copy the name and call this texture the same. Now we need a texture called wood for this, and this is what it looks like actually. Right now you don't see it of course, but we're gonna put the coordinate view to equirectangular and the influence to horizon. So you also want to put this to RGB to intensity and put this full black. No, not full black, but yeah. So let's go back to the world panel and put the horizon color to white. We need this. So now if we go back into the texture panel, let's add in a color ramp and drag this value to about here. Now this might look strange to you, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this to 3 and this to 0.001. 0.001. So now we're gonna put this to 2, and you can decrease this now. This is basically your contrast. So let's go and create some materials. So now as we are done with the Lightroom, let's go to the world panel and put this to transparent. This will basically just hide the world. So click on the main text, the outside text, and create a new material. We're gonna call this material Grunge 1. Now we're gonna put the intensity of the diffuse shader to 1 and specular to 0. We're gonna also add in here a kind of grayish color. What this will do is we can now separate both texts in the viewport. Now if we go back into the camera and back into render mode, let's check mirror. The mirror basically just will now reflect the actual Lightroom. So we're gonna put this to 1 and the glossiness to 0.945. While this is not enough, we're gonna put this to 0.9. I think this is enough. So actually let's put this to 0.915 and go to the texture panel. Now here we can select some textures, and you can download these on Google Images or other websites. Just search for things like grunge or something. And now you need to navigate Blender again to the texture for your safety. By the way, if you click on this, you can actually see images, and yeah, it works better. So we're gonna choose this texture, and also go here to put this to generated cube. Now, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add in a mirror. So put the mirror to 1, so it kind of looks strange right now, and the normal to 0.004. This will add in some what's it called? Bump. Yeah. Put the saturation to 0 and brightness to 1.3. Contrast to 2, and yeah, that's basically the other material. You can add some bump if you want now by increasing this number, but not too much. Also, you can put down the mirror if you want. And yeah, then we can create the other material. This material, instead of I did with the in the Cube Explosion tutorial, we're gonna call this grunge green. I don't know, let's choose blue. So as you might know, in my actual tutorial I did kind of like a red material, but we're gonna create now another material. So first thing you want to do is you want create these basic diffuse and specular settings again, but now we're gonna not use a gray color, we're gonna use a blue kind of color. Also check mirror, put this to 1, and use a blue color as well. So again, I don't know, use the same roughness and go to the texture panel, and here we're gonna use basically the same color. So we're gonna open up a image, same image, and the rusty metaphor. So for that we're gonna go out of the camera and look at this close. So we're gonna put the coordinate to generated cube again. Also add in mirror and a normal of 0.007. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add the RGB multiplier, put the red to 2, contrast to 2, brightness to 1.3 about, saturation to 9, contrast to 2. And yeah, those are the meths I actually used for the tutorial. Wait, this to blue. So let's put out the red, green, put up the brightness. Yeah, that should be the material. Yeah, that's it with this tutorial, but let's actually add in some depth for this text. And yeah, this is the tutorial with these basic steps. You can actually change some settings of this material and make some other materials by yourself. And yeah, so if you don't like this look, let's go to the world and change some settings. Put this to 1 maybe. So yeah, that's fixed now. Let's go to the material and decrease the saturation a bit, but increase brightness by 0.55. And let's look at this now. This looks a lot better. So that's the tutorial, and see you in the next video.